Well, hello there and welcome back to another episode of Cocktails with Ciara. My name is Ciara and I'm a whiskey-loving Irish gal who's on a cocktail voyage of discovery. If you are new here, I have zero professional bar experience other than a passion for making mixed drinks at home and showing you how I do it. So hit that subscribe button, stick around, and we both just might learn something, because if I can do it, you can do it. In today's video, we are going to be doing something a little bit different, and I am so excited about this. I'm going to be making an array of whiskey-based Thanksgiving-themed cocktails. Although Thanksgiving is not an official holiday here in Ireland, I thought it would be the perfect excuse to make some fun Thanksgiving-themed cocktails. Now, I've said this before and I will say it again, the Americans really know how to do festive food and drink. They are very good at festivities and Christmas in general. They really don't hold back and are no stranger to novelty, which I absolutely love. So although I might not be celebrating Thanksgiving here in Ireland, I can certainly embody the thankful, grateful spirit, and I can have a bit of crack making some fun whiskey-based cocktails. When I was doing my research for some of these cocktails, I came across every kind of cocktail imaginable. Some of them, to be honest, sounded a little bit grotesque in how sickly sweet they were. So I decided that unlike my Halloween-based cocktails where I did an assortment of different drinks and different spirits, I thought I would be really good to myself today and I would focus just on whiskey-based cocktails. So although I have no doubt that there are some incredible Thanksgiving-themed cocktails or even festive-themed cocktails that have lots of different spirits in them, but today we are just going to be using whiskey. So you might be wondering, what kind of whiskey am I going to use in this array of Thanksgiving-themed cocktails? And I have decided to use a bottle that I have not opened yet, that I have been waiting to feature on the channel, and that is this bottle right here of Crown Royal. Now, I'm sure most of you know already, but Crown Royal is a Canadian whiskey, and although it might seem a bit strange that I, an Irish girl, am using a Canadian whiskey to make themed cocktails for an American holiday, however, that is just the beauty of the modern world that we live in. So regardless of where in the world you are watching this from, or whether you celebrate Thanksgiving or not, I really don't mind. I welcome you to make some fun whiskey-based cocktails with me, and I'll get to try a whiskey that I have been dying to try. So before I finally get to unbox this stunning bottle of Crown Royal and I can get started on these Thanksgiving-themed cocktails, I would like to take a second to tell you about Surfshark, who I've partnered with on this segment of the video. So Surfshark is a really handy VPN service that I've started using recently, and if you don't know what that is, it stands for Virtual Private Network, and you can download it on your phone, your tablet, your laptop, basically wherever you use the internet. And what it does is it places your device's location anywhere in the world, and this is particularly handy if you want to watch something on a streaming service that isn't usually available in your home country. Being from Ireland myself, I use Surfshark to access things like American Netflix, so I can watch TV shows like The Legend of Korra, which would previously have been unavailable to me in the Netflix in my home country. So with Surfshark, I can easily fix this problem, and I can access 15 of Netflix's largest country libraries, as well as things like the BBC Player, Hulu, and other previously limited streaming services. And given the restrictions that are currently happening here in Ireland, having unlimited access to great movies and TV shows is definitely helping me. With Surfshark, you also get the added benefit of extra layers of security, and now I've said this before, as someone who works primarily online, this is so important to me. One subscription allows you to install and run Surfshark on an unlimited number of devices, and with their 30-day money-back guarantee, you can try it out for yourself risk-free. It's also worth noting that Surfshark's VPN service also works for online shopping, because it means you can access discounts and offers that would be specific to certain countries, and this is something that I will definitely be using this Black Friday. I will leave a link in the description below, and you can use my code Ciara for 83% off, plus you will get an additional 3 months off, which is pretty amazing. All right, so it is time to unbox this beautiful looking bottle. So let's have a look at the bottle. Oh my God, it's fab. I'm just gonna try a little bit of it. I'm not gonna do a gigantic shot because I am gonna be using a lot of this in the cocktails, but let's just have a wee sip and see. Cheers. Oh, It really reminds me of Irish whiskey. Okay, so let's get started with our first Thanksgiving themed cocktail, and this one is called the Cranberry Whiskey Cocktail. So this particular recipe actually called for Crown Royal. So that was the reason that I decided to use this drink in all of the Thanksgiving themed cocktails. We are going to need 30 mils of Crown Royal whiskey. We're going to be using 30 mils of ginger ale. I have some of that. We are also going to need 30 mils of cranberry juice. I'm going to grab my cranberry juice and my ginger ale and we can get going. Okay, we're going to start by adding 30 mils of Crown Royal. In she goes. We are also doing 30 mils of cranberry juice. In that goes. Oh, beautiful red color. So now we're going to do 30 mils of ginger ale. Love that sound. So when the bubbles go down, that's about 30 mils. Let's pop that in. I feel like a lot of these are going to be really, really easy, quick cocktails, which is what we want. Oh. Well, the color is beautiful. Oh my God, stunning. Let's pop that in. Okay, so our first cocktail is done. This is the Cranberry Whiskey Cocktail. I'm gonna taste it here and see what it's like. It looks absolutely beautiful. Cheers. Oh, it's really good. It's really nice. I actually feel like this would be a great one to whip up if you were serving for a few people because it's really easy to just double the measurements. There's nothing fancy going on. That's great, I love it. Let me just have one more sip and then I'll move on to the next one. Thanksgiving themed cocktail number 2 is the Maple Old Fashioned. For a Maple Old Fashioned, we're going to be using 60 mils of whiskey. You can also obviously use rye or bourbon in this. However you prefer to make your Old Fashioned is fine. We're also going to do 1 small teaspoon of pure Canadian maple syrup. This is going to, I assume, add a lot of sweetness. Hopefully it is nicely balanced because I don't think I'd want my Old Fashioned to be too sweet, but we will give it a go. Let's do 60 mils of our Crown Royal. In we go. Now we're gonna add in our maple syrup. I have some Canadian maple syrup here. Oh my goodness, it does smell really good though. So I'm going to do a bar spoon. That's probably loads. That's gonna give it a nice bit of sweetness. So we'll also add in our dash of Angostura, 1 dash in there. Whoops. Then we can add in our orange peel. Let's add a little bit of fire and then let's give her a little, ooh, I can see that. That looks great. Pop this in. And I believe that's all the garnish we're gonna use for this. Okay, so that is my Maple Old Fashioned. I have to say I'm very excited to try this. I do love an Old Fashioned. Let's give it a try and see how it tastes. Oh, that goes down like butter. Do I prefer it to a traditional Old Fashioned? Probably not. However, as a separate drink on its own, it's very, very enjoyable. So I think this is a really fun twist on the original recipe. I don't think it's going to replace it anytime soon, but it is definitely worth trying and it's very enjoyable. Cocktail number 3 in our Thanksgiving themed cocktail roundup is the M5 Sidecar. So for an M5 Sidecar, we are going to be using 60 mils of whiskey or bourbon. We are also going to be using some sugar to garnish the rim. We are going to be using some Cointreau, which is orange liqueur, and we are going to use some fresh lemon juice. Let's pop in our 60 mils of Crown Royal. We are definitely making a dent in this bottle, but however. Okay, so we're also going to do 30 mils of freshly squeezed lemon juice. So let's add in 30 mils. This is a little bit more, so I won't pour in all of it. 30 mils of Cointreau. So good. I almost forgot about garnishing the glass, so let me try and do that really quickly. Dip it in water, dip it in the sugar. Now we can strain it in. Oh, look at that. Pretty as a peach. So let's give it a try and see how it tastes. Sugar on the rim is very sweet. I don't like it as much as I thought I would. Did I put too much lemon juice in? I think that was over 30 mils. However, let's pop her down here. The M5 Sidecar looks absolutely beautiful. I'm sure you could probably do a better job than I did. I still think we're on a good roll. We are on to cocktail number 4 in our Thanksgiving themed cocktail series. And this one is called the Apple Cider Whiskey Smash. So for our apple cider whiskey smash, we are going to be using obviously some hard cider. We're also going to be doing 30 mils of our whiskey, and we're also going to use 15 mils of lemon juice. So let's start out with 30 mils of our whiskey. In we go. 15 mils of lemon juice, 120 mils of cider. Oh, there's a lot of foam, I'm not gonna lie. Right, let's strain her in. very curious as to what this is going to taste like. Oh, the color is divine. So the garnish for an apple cider whiskey smash is also a stick of cinnamon. So I'm just going to go ahead and pop that right in there. Okay, let's try it and see how it tastes. I don't really like it. Let me try it again. I really don't like it. And you know what? It's because I don't like cider. It's bizarre because I love apples and I love apple juice, but hard cider, I just don't like the taste. If you're a fan of cider, you'll probably love this, so I feel like I'm definitely biased. So without dwelling too much on the negative, let's quickly move on to the final cocktail in our Thanksgiving themed cocktail series. Number 5 is called the Fall Spiced Whiskey Sour. We're going to be using 60 mils of our Crown Royal whiskey. We're also going to be using 30 mils of apple cider, which again, I'm hoping isn't going to ruin the drink for me, but I'm going to put it in anyway. And another riff on the recipe that I'm going to have to do is for this final ingredient, which is pumpkin spice. So I do not have pumpkin spice in the house. I have never had it before. I don't even know if you can get it in Ireland. But what I do have, randomly enough, is canned pumpkin puree. So I'm going to use this instead of the pumpkin spice. What's it going to do? I don't know, but I'm going to give it a good bash. All right, so we're going to go ahead and add, oh Jesus, 60 mils of our Crown Royal. Okay, let's add in our lemon juice on top of that. So we're doing 90 mils of hard cider. I feel like I'm doing a cooking show. It says a pinch of pumpkin puree, so I'm going to go ahead and do this much. Kind of smells like cornflakes. Let's oh! Now we're ready to shake our little concoction. Let's see what happens. Oh my God, this has descended into chaos. I'm covered in pumpkin. So I believe the pumpkin puree is somehow messing with the seal. Right, I'm gonna try and finish this. So I'm just gonna shake it this way so it doesn't do that again. Oh. I think that's the cider. I don't know if you heard that bubbling, but yeah, it's getting a little bit chaotic in here. So let's strain it out and see how it tastes. Oh, okay, the color is stunning. Ah, okay, beautiful. So let's see how it tastes. Oh, it's forming a head. That's kind of scary. Anyway, cheers. It's not good. It's not good. I'm sorry to tell you. I don't know if it was the cider or whatever happened in the shaker, or the fact that I used pumpkin puree instead of pumpkin spice, but it tastes really weird. I feel like we've really sharply gone downhill with these Thanksgiving themed cocktails. So just to recap, we had the cranberry whiskey cocktail, absolutely loved this. We also had the maple old fashioned, this was absolutely beautiful. We had the M5 Sidecar, and then we had our last two. We had the apple cider whiskey smash, which I honestly wish I could forget about. And we also had the fall spiced whiskey sour, which again, I think I butchered the recipe, but nonetheless, it was not good and chaotic to make. So there you have it. I hope you enjoyed watching me make these 5 Thanksgiving themed cocktails. I honestly had so much fun putting them together. Now you might be looking at these 5 cocktails and wondering what is going to happen to them. Far be it from me to waste a drop of these beautiful ones up the front here. So these are going to be drank over on my Patreon. So after this video ends, you can guarantee that I'll be kicking back and enjoying these 2 over on my Patreon and answering some questions. It is not only a great way of supporting my channel, but you can also have access to exclusive content and you can see the stuff that's just too tipsy for YouTube. Do you have a specific Thanksgiving themed cocktail that you like to make? If so, please let me know in the comments. If you liked this video, feel free to give it a thumbs up, and if you would like to see more cocktail videos like this, I will link a playlist up in the corner. I have so many other easy cocktail recipes that you can make at home. And if you have not already, then be sure to subscribe to my channel. I post new videos every single week and I would love to have you back for more. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you on my next one. Cheers!